A winter here in West Michigan can certainly mean plenty of shoveling and snow blowing, and if you don't do your parts, you might know by now you could face a fine. Attorney Tom Sinas joining us to tell you what you need to know to avoid those costs in this week's Know the Law segment. Only thing worse than getting all the heavy snowfall is maybe getting a ticket because you're not doing your job to clean up the sidewalks and stuff.
That's true, and you don't need the lawyer to tell you that we haven't had a lot of snow.
Right.
So if it snows after you and I are on TV on this segment, it's not my fault. All right.
Jinx.
But here's the deal. What about snow removal? We've got rules, just like we've got for most things in life. One thing that's odd about this area is that it's really governed by local ordinances and local law. So it depends on the municipality that you live in.
Sure.
And by that I mean, what are the rules as far as when you have to remove your snow?
Right.
So I looked around, and some of our smaller communities like Allendale, Spring Lake, there are not local ordinances about when you have to remove and what kind of snow accumulation you have to remove. Grand Rapids, however, we have a totally different system. We've got a rule in Grand Rapids that's pretty clear. It says within 24 hours of an accumulation. Okay. Of course, what exactly does that mean?
Kind of once it stops almost. It's very gray, but sure.
That's right. But the idea here is within 24 hours of an accumulation, either the occupants or the owners of the property.
Right, if you're a renter, the person who owns it, one of the two.
Somebody's got to remove that snow within 24 hours of the accumulation. If they don't, and the city is told, hey, you need there's snow, and then the city tells the owner or the occupant you got to remove it, and they don't, then they can be subjected to a fine.
Okay. Mostly we're talking about the sidewalk, right, for people to walk by.
That's exactly right. So what about state law? Well, state law in this area is generally kind of silent. There's a couple things to know. When you're removing snow, we do have a state law that says you can't first deposit your snow into the road. Right. And you can't pile your snow up along the shoulder of the road so that it interferes with the line of sight of travel. Sure. Okay? So keep that in mind too as you're figuring out where you're going to put the snow if we ever get that much snow, right? What happens if you don't follow these rules? Well, obviously there is a monetary fine, a ticket you can get. But remember too that we also have a civil law system that can, in some circumstances, impose liability on property owners if the conditions on the property aren't safe and if someone's hurt. So I think it's very easy at this time of year. We're all very busy. We're starting a new year. The snow is going to sneak up on us at some point, and it's easy to get caught with your guard down. So get out there, get a plan, whatever it may be, get the snow off the sidewalk, and get back to work.
Be a nice neighbor. Kids are walking to and from the bus stop or walking to school. Do them a favor. It's tough enough walking in the cold weather, but we got to trudge through somebody's snow. It's a big burden, getting your feet all wet and stuff.
That's right. And you know, if you're out in your neighborhood and someone's not doing it, maybe give them a friendly knock.
Yeah. Hey, I did your sidewalk for you. Just stay on board. Good stuff. Where do people track you down, Tom?
They can find us anywhere on the internet at www.sinasdramis.com. Give us a call in West Michigan at 616-301-3333 or shoot us an email at info@sinasdramis.com.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Derek.